Hello again and welcome back to March Payne's Midlife Dolly Crisis Advent Adventure. Today we've reached day number 8, which means we get to open the 8th window in our Advent Calendar. Yesterday, if you remember, we got this rather dramatic dress for our Faux-Barbie doll. So it's obviously grey with lots of sort of net stuff all over it. I really like it. It kind of gives me a bit of a sort of a 20s vibe almost. It's just the bodice is a bit rubbish really, because it's literally just kind of cut with scissors without any kind of stitching sort of involved, unfortunately. So that lets it down a little bit. Also in our sort of homemade Advent Calendar, I got something for a 1/4 scale doll, and I decided to use this gal here. So this is a Tyler Wentworth collection doll, and she's actually got the signature face sculpt. So we've got this little vest here, and also this bubblegum pink dress, which is really cute. She's got her own shoes there, and she's got tights on as well. I'm really pleased with this look. I think it does really accentuate her body shape. I think it would be nice if she had something to cover her arms. So perhaps a jacket would go nicely with it as well. But yeah, as looks go, I'm really very pleased with it. So that is her. So today, let's see what we're going to have coming out of our calendar here. So let's move the bag out the way for the moment. We'll move our doll just to the side, and we'll have a look and see which one is number 8. So it's this one right down at the bottom. It's not one of the biggest ones, but again, it's kind of hard to tell. You don't really know what you're going to get in them, do you? So look, let's see. Oh, what is it? Oh, okay. So today we've got a kind of looking glass for her. And it's got the kind of the sticker, which is coming off a little bit at the bottom. That kind of mirrored sticker. There's not a lot to it, and funnily enough, I don't think she can even hold it. She can pretend. I suppose, you know, kids can pretend that she's holding it. I'm guessing she can't hold it. You know what? If you had some of that kind of like white tacky stuff, you could probably get it in a hand and it would probably stay. Or you can use one of those sort of clear rubber bands. But look, she can look at herself in it. So yeah, so that's fine, I guess. I think we've been spoiled a bit because we've had so many different dresses come out of it so far, that to get something that she can't really even hold is a bit sad. But honestly, if this was a Barbie calendar, at this precise moment, we'd probably have about 10 bits of plastic stuff that we can't really do anything with. And to be honest, we're only on day 8, so that would be quite something, wouldn't it? So look, let's put her aside with this looking glass that she's got. So here's our bag. It's actually looking a bit less full. I suppose we have had, you know, 7 days of it so far. So 7 items are now no longer in there. I'm not really sure what to suggest for today. Maybe I should just do a lucky dip and see what we do get. Okay, I've got this. Okay, so this is a Ken outfit, so maybe we should do another Ken. It's been a while. I don't think there's that many in there, but this one is quite chunky. So let's see what we've got. As I mentioned earlier when I opened the previous Ken outfit, all the Ken stuff I've got, I believe, is from AliExpress. Okay. Oh, this is fancy looking, isn't it? I think it's a suit. Okay. So look, we've got this shirt, which actually isn't that bad. It looks quite big, to be honest, so I don't really know. It will hopefully fit a Ken doll, I'm presuming, as it is quite big. it doesn't Velcro all the way down the back. We've got a bit of Velcro there. Let me put that bit down. But it's all kind of finished off quite nicely. The fabric feels quite stiff. I don't think it's quite that sort of like papery fabric, but it's certainly got a bit of body to it. And we've got a collar here, and that's actually stitched as well. We have a faux tie here, which actually has padding in it. So it's not literally just a piece of fabric. They've actually put like a bit of padding in there as well. That's quite cute. Obviously there's no buttons down the front of the shirt, so at least that covers that, I suppose. I am a little bit worried about the arms because they don't look that long to me. But I think we have a pair of trousers here and also a jacket. So presumably the jacket would be able to cover the shirt up. Now this is lined, which is a bit of a shock. So that's obviously black. That's a different fabric to the outside of it. This could probably do with a bit of an iron, I think, before it gets onto a doll. So I might have to go and do that because it will look like, I don't know, it won't look very good, will it? It won't look as crisp and nice as it should. There's no fastenings on the jacket, so it would have to be worn open. And the trousers, so again, I think this is the same kind of fabric. This one is not lined. We've got Velcro on the back. Again, it looks a bit sort of creased up, but it has obviously been, you know, in that little bag for a while because, you know, I haven't taken it out. It could probably do with a little bit of an iron as well. So look, I might give this a quick iron, and then I will come back with a Ken and we will get them dressed up. Okay, so I have given this stuff an iron. I didn't iron this because I was worried what was going to happen, and it didn't particularly need ironing anyway because it's kind of a stiffer material. But yeah, I ironed this black suit, which is probably why it's now so shiny you can see it from space. Listen, I am not the person you go to if you want anything ironed or pressed, because I will rarely iron any of my own clothes, let alone be sort of let loose with anyone else's. So just a word of warning there in case you ever do come to me with loads of things to iron. So now I've got this sort of ironed nicely, or at least ironed as well as it can be done. I'm going to grab a doll. Okay, so look, I've got this guy here. So this is the reproduction of the Alan doll. He is silkstone, so he is a bit heavier, and he's still got his tag on his arm. I'm going to attempt to put this suit and shirt on him, and hopefully he won't look too much like a dog's dinner. Basically, as you might know, I've also got a collaboration with Kim over at the Dolls, the Witch and the Wardrobe, which is the 12 Days of Christmas Barbie alternating Advent Calendar collaboration. We are opening a 12 Days of Christmas Barbie Advent Calendar, both of us. She has one version, I have another version, and essentially I don't have any other vintage dolls. So I might like someone to basically go to the soiree that my hostess is hosting, and she'll probably need a guest. So this is basically the closest I've got to a kind of a vintage Barbie or Ken. So I'm going to be using him. So I'm going to try and put him in his suit, because I think if he turns up in his sort of beachwear, she's not going to be very happy. So let me get him dressed and we'll have a final look at him. So here we go. So here are our dolls in their sort of final looks for the day. Obviously, Faux-Barbie has only got this sort of weird looking glass that she can't really hold properly, but fair enough. I think it's probably the first sort of proper dud that we've had from that particular calendar, unless you count the doll herself, obviously. So yes, we've got that. Here is Alan in his suit. It's not quite giving us Mad Men, is it? Unless he's sort of like the Office Junior or, you know, Bring Your Son to Work Day. It's a bit big on him. I feel kind of bad for him because this is an AliExpress item, obviously, and it's not great fitting. The shirt is kind of weird looking in that it seems more of a tunic than a shirt. There's no buttons down the front, as you know, And the arms don't go all the way down, so they're literally kind of here. In fact, I can kind of feel where the shirt is. It's all right. It probably actually looks better on camera than it does in person. In person, he looks a bit like, you know, he's trying to be sort of Uncle Fester with his kind of weird shoulders. But look, I'm not going to leave this on him for long because I'm worried that he might end up getting stained with it. But I'm going to leave it on long enough for him to go and visit my 12 days of Christmas Barbie. And maybe keep her company for a while. I think she's going to probably eat him for breakfast, to be honest, because she'll take one look at him and wonder what she's invited into her home. He is also still wearing his sandals, which is interesting. I'm going to try and have a look for some shoes for him, but I can't guarantee that any of the Ken shoes that I have are going to fit a sort of a vintage style Ken body. But anyway, look, what are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comments below. Obviously, check out the description box as well, because I've got a list on there of other people doing advent calendars. And if you're doing one and want to be added to the list, please drop a message, or please drop a comment, rather, in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. And please share the video if you know anyone else that would like this kind of sort of chaotic content. And I will see you tomorrow when we'll be opening the next window in our advent calendar. So, until then, take care. Bye.